In this video, you're going to learn how to add two vectors together by finding out the x and y of each, adding the two x's, adding the two y's, and converting it back to polar. So I'm going to use two very easy vectors. Got a length of 1, second function, comma, angle 30. Now second function, I want to convert that to my x and y components. There's my x, and recall y, there's my y. So I'm going to take the stored x and y values and store them in another place so I can reuse the x and y. So I'm going to recall x. Now I'm going to store that in A. I'm going to recall y and store that in D. That's just the way I like to do it. I'm going to clear that off. We're going to use a similar vector, so I'm going to use exactly the same vector actually. Second function, comma, angle 30, second function, x and y components. So once again there's x and y, so I'm going to store that in B, my second one, recall y, I'm going to store that in E. So now I've got my first vector stored, x component A here, my second vector, x component stored under B, and my first vector y stored under D, and my second vector y stored under E. Now I'm going to put those together to find out my polar. So I'm going to put a bracket, recall A plus recall D. Another bracket. So that's my x components added together. Our little comma, another bracket, recall D plus recall E, another bracket. So there I have my two stored x's added together and my two stored y's. Now I'm going to do a second function and I'm going to convert that to a radius and an angle. That's there, so my radius is 2 and second function arrow with a comma, and my angle is 30, which makes sense. If I added two vectors to the same angle, both of one, I would end up with 2. Of course, they're stored under recall x is my length, and recall y would be my angle.